Welcome back. How many days now? 2 days, I'm not sure. Did anybody miss me in these 2 days? See, I've got some new accessories which are cheap. I just wanted to know whether it suits my face. I think this suits my face so that I can invest on something that'll go for a year or so. This is just for, I can't wear it for long because it's pretty cheap and I wanted to know how it looks. So do share your comments on how it looks on my face. I think it suits my face. So what did I do yesterday? Why I did not show up? One thing is that Modi ji said that you have to go on a digital technology fasting. In the sense, keep away from all the devices for a day or so. Start by doing it for a few hours and try taking it to an hour. It's good for you in the sense like fasting is always good for your body, which we hardly know, which I find very difficult to do. But I know that your body works like any other machine. So imagine your washing machine, for example. If it keeps working for the entire day and it keeps working for a decade or so, what happens to that washing machine? So it's almost the same with our body and our digestive system as well. We keep giving our digestive system something to eat and some work to do. The way we eat, in the sense when we eat more, like I am doing now, just to keep up my body weight. So there's a lot of work for your digestive system, and it keeps working. By the time it is working with your breakfast, you give it the lunch or some snacks probably, so it keeps working, and then from lunch to evening it keeps working again, and then you give your digestive system more work by taking some snacks or something with tea, and again the same story. Then it is night, and night what happens again, you give your digestive system something, you eat something, and the work just keeps on and on. Then you go to the bed and you call it a fasting hour, in the sense about 8 hours plus gap which you give yourself, your digestive system. But that is nothing, because that is the time when you are idle, when you are in the bed, and that is not counted. Okay, so I know that I'm giving a lecture here, but I know it and I'm not following it at all. I'm not following it, in the sense I try to convince myself that it is so important for you to take a break and not keep having food and overburdening your digestive system, which is already burdened by the 3 meal that you give. So at least thankfully I don't take any snacks or anything in between. So the same way, it's not good if you can fast a few hours. It's always good. At least if you can control your food once in a while, it's good. But for me now, the thing is that I'm so kind of anxious about the weight gain and losing the weight. So right now I don't want to lose any more weight, so I'm just trying to maintain that weight, and that is causing me some kind of anxiety at times, which doesn't help me to control my diet. In the sense, I want to have it for the sake of gaining weight or maintaining my body weight. So I've brought you to the sun yesterday. So please, if you don't know the value of fasting, read about it. It does good to your body. Okay, fasting is so good once a while. Start with a few hours of it, in the sense you can just skip one meal probably, and try doing that, and then you can move on and do like how these experts do. I don't know, they go on a fasting for 16 hours and all. I don't know how they do it. So fasting is always good, because obviously it's our body working with all these things, and it is the body. So if you can just give it some rest for a while, it's going to do a lot of good to your well-being as well. Okay, so that's about intermittent fasting, which we have to learn about. So Modi ji was saying that it's also good if you can apply that to technology, the digital devices that you are hooked to all the time. If you can use it here as well, it'll do a lot of good for your body as well as your mind. It is your physical wellness and your mental wellness which will improve if you can do some fasting here as well. So I was just thinking about that, and I the thing is, I totally agree with it, but then I say, see, what happens is that your mobile has just about everything within that. So it's not like when you're telling someone keep away from the digital devices, what happens is that you are asked to keep away from most of the things there is, in the sense your music world, your mode of entertainment is there. In olden days it was all separated. If you look at it, you know that you had a music system, you had a television, you had a library which is separate. All these things were separate, but now all these things can be found in one place, and it is mostly your laptop or your smartphones. So that's the reason when you ask someone to just keep away from it, they find it very difficult, because you are telling them to totally shut down, and the other options are very less. And most importantly, for life to move on, unless you are on a vacation, it's very important that you keep them active, because most of the informations, most of the updates that is needed for your professional and your personal advancement is found in the smartphone. So if you keep away from the smartphone, it becomes difficult, because you are totally disconnected from all the external affairs and the other world. So that's a reason, that's one reason why people find it very difficult to keep away from technology. Absolutely, in a sense, totally, it's difficult because it is all in one. As to simplify it, let me tell you, in the olden days, it was okay for us to keep away from the television. It's possible for us to do. It is possible for us to keep away from friends and chatting with them. You just have to keep away from the telephone for a day, and we could do it. We could do it if it is one or two things. But if you are asked to meditate and keep away from totally everything, it is the same thing when nowadays, if you're asked to keep away from the digital domain altogether, and that's why people find it difficult. So, but if you can do it, it does a lot of good for you mentally and physically. So what did I do yesterday? So that is also one reason I did not show up yesterday, and I think day before yesterday also. I can't remember it, whether I had shown up or yesterday I did not. In fact, yesterday I was busy. Okay, I had some task. I had to go to the doctor and get my vitamin test done, and I also tested my sugar, and it's quite normal. In sense, I am more on the low sugar, because I don't have many of the things. I don't have sugar, I don't have any kind of beverages, and basically it's like just a sugarless life for me. So the sugar that I consume is probably what I get from the vegetables that I have. That's it. So it has to be there on the lower side. But since I've started having the B12 tablets, I think it's just coping, and I'm just keeping to the moderate level of sugar now. Okay, so the doctor basically advised me to take non-vegetarian food, in the sense either you must have dairy products, or you should have chicken and fish, obviously, which is packed with B12 and vitamin D and so many other nutrients. So he just gave me an option: you either have these things, or you may have to survive on forever on these vitamins, which he was tablets, supplements. So the choice is yours, whether you're going to convert It's not like I was not a non-vegetarian. I was not a vegetarian. I was a non-vegetarian for many years, but so you just gave me an option. That's it. In the sense, either you go with this or you go with that. Up to you. So as of now, I'm going on both of these. I'm having vitamin D as well as B12. It has to be there together for another 6 months, and then let us see what happens. Okay, so that's how it is. So your health matters. I always keep saying that. So I had those duties yesterday, and anytime I go out, I have this habit of just going to some of the shops and whatever you can find. Just buy something and come back. If you don't buy anything, it feels the boredom that you have when you go outside. It's too much, the heat is too much here outside. So the thing is that, why did you go out? Just to do something and come back, and when you come back you are so mentally and physically exhausted. It's too much. But instead of that, if you go shopping and buy at least one thing which keeps you going, and when you come back you feel less exhausted. So that's how you compensate for the exhaustion that the sun gives you. Okay, so that's what I did yesterday. Day for yesterday, it was did I not show up day before yesterday? I don't know. Anyway, so that's the reason I try to obey what Modi ji has said, because I believe in it. Just like you are fasting on the diet basis, just like that, as he said, some days we have to be able to keep away from these devices. It's not like I can. It's not like I'm addicted to it, nothing like that for me. But the thing is that, as I said, it's all in one. So when you're asking me to just keep away from it, what other options are available? Just tell me that. What else can you do if you keep away totally from this digital world? In the sense, all your things are put inside one slot. So if you're willing to keep away from it, what are the other options that you have? What else can you do? That's a question. So I said, when someday I'm settled in life, definitely I'm going to follow it, because then I will have more options. Probably spend some time outing, go out somewhere and get close to nature, that is, or spend some time with having some meaningful conversations with people, or things like that. Human beings need to communicate and be together. I understand that is also very important in life. So it's a good thing what he said, or like once a week at least we should be able to keep away from these things. But then are you going to sit and meditate? You should be having some option available which you which you choose to take up when you are keeping away from this digital devices. That's all. Okay, so much of sun. So yesterday it was terrible when I came back. Here it is so humid, more than humid, it was too hot. I don't know. And this is only January end, and I cannot imagine how hot it is going to be in the coming days. In the sense, March, April is the hottest. March, April, June. That's the hottest months. So God knows how people can just step outside in this heat, because I don't know, your head heats up, and then the entire day you are kind of exhausted for no reason at all. Unless you just have a hair wash to cool yourself down. But otherwise, if you step outside, it's like that. So basically, I just wanted to talk about nothing. There's nothing. I just wanted to show you what I bought. So when I went out yesterday, I bought some cheap stuff. Pretty cheap. You will get it within $200. But the thing is that, for testing, this is just enough. You can test yourself in the sense what goes with your face. I think this goes. So definitely I'm going for long earrings, because I think it suits your face. So for testing, why should you invest on something that is about 900 rupees and all? You don't need it at all. Buy something really cheap like this and test it on your face, and just remove it after that, right? So I've got mini which I'll be trying out these days, and I think this one suits, so this goes in the list. So next time when I look for earrings, definitely I will go for something long. They had a variety of selection there in that shop, you know, big huge ones, and I'm like, is it not going to be too heavy for your ear if you buy that? How do they wear it? I don't know. Does it not just fall, or I don't know what but they have a button, I think, which you press at the back, and let's see, we will test each one every day, okay, and see what goes with what. So this one obviously goes. So that's what I did yesterday, and today is a sunny day, another sunny day here, and it's Sunday. I had so much of task in the morning. I just finished with it one by one. I still have a few more, and I was just telling, oh, I would rather make a song video than to do all these tasks. Obviously no tasks on Sundays. I would rather make a song video, but then, you know, video making the song is not easy at all. It takes a lot of efforts. There are so many steps that goes in that. It's not like you just sing and somebody does it for you. It's not like that. You have to sing, you have to go through the editing, you have to make the video. It takes your 4 hours. So your leisure that you are expecting from a Sunday is gone. So you want a leisure day, you have to, I don't know, you have to just make it somehow, right? So now after the tasks, I just finished the task and listened to the Man Ki Baat also. I also gave a test on that and I scored excellent. I made only 1 or 2 mistakes, that's all, because I listened to it properly. You know, I like giving tests. When you listen, it's so interesting to give a test and to know that how carefully you have listened to it and what is the power of your recording. How much have you recorded? I also removed my nail color. You can see I'll be shaving it to the evening, and tomorrow it'll be a new color. Okay. So many tasks. Oh God. Do you have so many tasks on Sundays? There are people who have different kinds of tasks, and how do you just keep on doing them? Like, we don't want to postpone it to another day. What is finished, what is done today is over. You're done with it. So tomorrow is a brand new day and you don't have to do the same thing the next day, right? So how do you manage that? In the sense, you want to just idle sit for a day, but you know there are so many things to be done. How do you cope with that? I asked you this question the other day also. I'm very interested in knowing how people manage it, you know, not by showing me, but tell me how you do it, because I need to know what it feels like to get over so many things which you are not interested in doing, but it has to be done. So that's all. Today is a beautiful Sunday, and I hope that people are enjoying it in somehow, some way. I'll be enjoying it now after making this video. I don't have much of task, just one more thing to do, which I'll finish it off, and then there is nothing. Then there is kind of satisfaction which I derive from knowing that I've finished all the tasks which I was supposed to do today. Okay, so that's satisfaction. After that satisfaction, it feels better. I mean, not the other way around, that you have you have so much to do and you just didn't do it, and you can see that there are so many things to be done, and still you just sit there and enjoy the Sunday, knowing that tomorrow it is again going to come on your head. You will have to do it. So then getting that feeling, I would say this is much better, where you know that you have done certain things, and now you're free with the Sunday task, and then you still have a lot of hours of Sunday left for you. That's much better. So you can just idle, do anything you want, watch anything, and just chill. Okay, so that's the whole idea. There are different ways of people enjoy their weekends. different ways depending on where you are, depending on what you enjoy and what are your resources and what are the things that you can afford, etc, etc, etc. It just goes on and on. So what do you do on Sundays? How do you make it different from the rest of the days? While I was staying in the PG and before that also, I had this habit of just telling myself that it is weekends. Weekends must be in some way different from the rest of the days. And although not always it feels so, but you have to make yourself feel that it's different. And how do you do that? How do you do that if you don't have options of going out or hanging around with people? So how are we going to make yourself feel it's Sunday? It's different, because always I get pretty excited when it is Monday, because I feel Monday is back to work day, and but Sundays are different because it is for relaxation, more of relaxed mode. And there's no particular reason that you should go according to the clock. Although it doesn't work for me all the time, I still look at the clock and everything for me runs with the clock. We'll talk on that another day. Okay, running with the clock. It's an interesting theme. So that's for today. I'll be back tomorrow with something interesting. Do tell me how this thing looks. I paid for this $170, I think, but it's nice. Okay, I'm going to remove it now because that metal, that that stick gives me kind of allergy if I wear it for long hours. Allergy is not something that I want. I've dealt with so much of allergies, but this I don't want. Don't invite allergies. When you know you are allergic to something, don't do it. Keep away from it. Okay? So this one is testing. Like we have testers, when you're buying perfumes and many things, you have testers. So this is a tester. I think it goes. Okay? Take care. Have a good Sunday. And enjoy your day and stay connected. I'll be back tomorrow with something interesting.